Hey, what's going on? It's Fischelle the Prophet. If you came across this video, this reading is for you. It is a pick a pal video, and the topic is, what are the people around you holding back from you? Extremely blunt edition. So if you're not the type to want to like hear the truth, then do not watch this. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get like extremely blunt confessions from the people around you. We are gonna do a Patreon segment, and that is going to be who's keeping tabs on you, who's keeping an eye on you. All right. So yeah, we have 3 pals here. Pal 1 is like a girl in like a crew neck tank. Pal 2 is a girl and then painting her nails, and then pal 3 is like a girl in like a green tank top. I think she has like necklaces on as well. All right, so whichever one calls out to you the most. If you can't choose one, choose multiple. Watch this thing through, take what's for you, leave what is not, and we'll be good. If you are a returning subscriber, hey friend. If you're new here, welcome. I hope these messages resonate. If you find that they do, check out my other videos. Those may resonate as well. With that being said, I will see y'all in y'all section. Bye. Hi, pal 1. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. All right, and we want to know, extremely blunt, what are some confessions from those around pal 1? Thank you so much for this opportunity. Ask for clear, honest, and concise messages to pal 1. Okay, yeah, people are definitely holding back from you. We have the Knight of Cups. You got some people around you who think that you're sexy. They think that you're hot, all right, same gender or not. I'm getting that you attract both sexes. There's some people around you who think that you're super attractive. You know, I do feel like there's like someone who's like the opposite gender of you or same gender as you, whichever one that you're interested in. This is someone who has a gender that is not a part of your sexuality. Okay, they're not like necessarily your type. This person is around you, and like when you wear certain things around this person, like say you wear like a skimpy shirt or something like that, this person is sexually attracted to you. You're someone who definitely attracts this individual, and they very much keep this to themselves, all right, because they don't want to like seem weird. This person does seem to be low-key like creeping on you, because you're not aware of this person's like real intentions. This is someone who, like, if you were to, you know, get drunk one night and you were willing and ready, they would certainly go for it. So if you have a good idea of who this person could be, just be very careful around this individual. I don't think that they would assault you or anything like that, but again, you never really know. All right. So the people around you with the Queen of Cups, there's people who kind of perceive you as someone who's very nice. All right. Someone does want to tell you that your skin is very soft. They love your skin. They love your breasts. Okay. There's quite a few people around you, pal 1, who are attracted to you in that way, but they really do keep it to themselves for the most part. All right. Partially because they don't want to like creep you out, and then some of them, they just don't want to blow their cover. I do feel like you're not as naive as you let on, and you're very much aware of these people's attraction to you. They're not like hiding it as sneakily as they think that they are. Okay, some people do think that you're very stingy. Some people think that online some people around you feel that online you show like a certain caliber of like economic status, but then like in person you don't really spend your money like that. Some people feel that this is because you're super stingy with your money, or because you are having some sort of like online persona that's not really realistic to what your finances actually are. Okay, there's one energy around pal 1 in particular who does feel like you are particularly stingy with your cash because you don't have that much, or you don't have as much cash as they assume, or whatever it may be. There is someone who just straight up thinks that you're like fronting or whatever, that you don't have like as much money as you say that you do. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's some people who are assuming like that you're lying about your money or whatever. Okay. And they're only making this assumption because like they could have been out and about with you at some point in time and you didn't necessarily like spend with them or whatever it may be, or I don't know, you budget, whatever, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, there's people who think that you are very pretty. A lot of people think that you have such like the perfect little baby face. All right. There's people who think you are like a little baby doll. People really like your nose. They like the small, like you have like a very pretty heart-shaped face. Okay, people like that you are blonde, or if you're not currently blonde, they like when you go blonde. Some people are noticing that you have like gray hair, or someone can have like naturally gray hair or whatever. They think that that's like really becoming of you. They think it looks really nice on you. All right, there are people who think that people see that you have like a really small waist, but you have like a really big butt. Okay, people enjoy looking at that. People do feel like you are super duper nice, like you're a nice person, and you have like a really pretty face and a super nice body. You know, it's really nothing that anyone can like say bad about you appearance wise. Someone can wear contacts, or if you have colored eyes, there are people who think that it's fake, or someone could have had like laser eye surgery. Sometimes your eyes can be like bloodshot red. Some people wonder if they're red due to like some sort of drug that you could be doing. Okay. There's people who think that you're sexy as hell. Like you're sexy or hot in like a very like baby doll face type of way. Like I don't know, it's something about your features. You could have like a lot of round features. Like you have very round breasts, a very perky round butt, a very round face, you know, but it's very like attractive on you. Okay, so a lot of your confessions are very much centered around like how sexy you are, about how like attractive you are. Okay, there's a lot of people around you who hold back really their true intentions with you. There's a lot of people around you who do feel like, you know, that you are attractive, and they are not like very frank about that. Okay, there are some people around you who feel that over time they've become much more attracted to you. Excuse me, not than you. They've become like attracted to you due to like getting to know your personality a little bit more. Like you just seem like the perfect catch. Okay, there's some masculine energy around you who could be posing as like a friend. This person could be very like playboyish. Okay, but like with you, like they could tell you about some of their secrets. Okay, someone around you, you know who this person really is. This person exposes their truth to you. Like say they have like a girlfriend, or they're leading a couple people on, like you know that this person has like a mistress if they have like a wife or some shit. This person like shares like a lot of their private information with you about like how, I don't know, they treat you like one of the bros, basically. Like they tell you their business, you know, maybe it's not even current shit that they tell you, like it's shit that possibly happened like 3 years ago. Like, oh yeah, I cheated on my wife with this person or that, or whatever. Like they tell you like all of their douchebag behaviors. This person they're weird. Honestly, like you might see them as like a friend or whatever, but they're attracted to you. There's like an underlining like attraction, and then there's like this comfortability that they have with you, to where like they think that although you are a good person and you don't necessarily behave or even condone certain behaviors, they feel very comfortable with like showing their most bigoted, toxic opinions with you. Okay, if someone is Caucasian, there is definitely like this person, this masculine around you could definitely be like racist, and they feel very comfortable around you to like express their opinions to you or whatever. All right, yeah, this person's like a weirdo. You have friends that like you much more than they're willing to like admit to you. Okay, you have people around you who are very attracted to you in that way. And you are also the sort of person that people want to get super close to you because energetically you come off as very wise. You come off as someone who's very safe to communicate to. Someone, like, people feel very safe around you, Pal One. They feel safe to just unload a lot of their trauma on you, honestly, like trauma dump, and like unpack a lot of their baggage with you. If someone's going through a heartbreak, they would like want to call you, or I don't know, you're in a lot of people's minds a lot of the time, and for whatever reason, like, you have different personalities of people who want to impress you and want to like be kind of clingy towards you and your energy. It could be because like you have like a very nurturing vibe about you. You have a very like motherly vibe. Okay, there's quite a few people who kind of see you as like a motherly figure, even because of like how sweet and kind you are. All right, and now I'm getting that Selena song that she just did on her new album, Call Me When You Break Up. I want to be the first one that you on your mind when you break up or something like that. And she's basically like singing about, I'll tag it below, but she's like singing about like her friend, you know, call me like when you're heartbroken, I'll be there for you, basically, right? So that's definitely how people view you, Pal One. You are the friend that people like to call because they know that you will give them sound advice. You will give them encouraging information and things of that nature. All right, so that's what I got for you. I hope that resonated. We're gonna head over to Patreon and I'll talk to y'all later. Hi, Pal 2. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. All right, and we want to know, what are the people around you holding back from you? You definitely have some people who are wanting to collaborate with you, but they could feel like you're like unapproachable, or that they're scared to talk to you. All right, you got some people around you who could feel like that sometimes you like do too much. Okay. Some people feel that you could act very impulsively, Pal 2. There's people who feel that you dress a little weird, that sometimes like your outfits don't really match or are very cohesive with your fit. All right, you could dress like a little alternatively. There's some people who do feel like out of the friend group, like these are friends of yours, right? Some people feel like you are the one who like really sticks out from the rest. You are super different, but people still love you for it. Okay, you could have a lot of taboo content on your social media. There's people who feel like the things that you post on social media is a little obsessive, or maybe some people feel that you post a little bit too much. There's people in your life who feel that you go like a lot of places. You could travel a lot, or you do a lot, or you're always in the car, or people do wonder like, where do you go, what do you do? But nonetheless, there are people who still think that you are very beautiful. Okay, some people around you feel that you can be in your head a lot. They wonder what goes on in your head. They wonder, you know, if you have mental illness, or how does your mental illnesses affect you. Some people who kind of do know your business feel like they wonder about you, you know, like, how are you really doing mentally? All right, there's people who do assume that you're in your head, or you're stressed out, or you have bad anxiety issues. There's people who wonder if you are self-conscious sometimes about the way that you look. Okay, that people would wonder if you're insecure about like your blemishes and things like that, and is that why you wear makeup? There's people who wonder if you know how beautiful you actually are because you wear makeup, or something about like you covering your face or something along those lines. All right. You could have like 1 or 2 tattoos. People think that you should get more, or you should have never got them at all. There's people who think that like you don't have any tattoos and it looks kind of like childish on you. There's people who think that your face is aging. Like, you're still very beautiful, but they could tell that you are getting wrinkles. There's people who think that you could wear too much blush, or when you wear makeup it's really pretty but it's like different, like it's not subtle. That there's people who think that you wear too much makeup but it still like looks good on you, but they still do think it's like too much. Okay, just you in general, you're like too much. Okay, you're very vibrant. There you have friends who are kind of like embarrassed to be seen with you in public. Okay. You have friends who like to be acquainted with you online, but they would never really take it any further than the internet. They only really want to show that they're acquainted with you online because they like your following, they like your social media presence. They like to act like they're more close. You have people who fuck with you more heavily on the internet than they do actually like in person, right? So you have people who would like, you know, they comment under your stuff online, but like in person, like they would not ask you to hang out. You know, there's people who want to have like this perception of being your friend online, but like in real life, they really would not like deal with you in that way. People, this is weird, but I'm getting that people know that like you love yourself. Okay, there's people who know that you pour into your own cup. There's people who know that you think very highly of yourself. You think that like you're magical, that you're like super duper like psychic and shit like that. They know that you have really high self-esteem when it comes to your psychic abilities, or if you do like spell work or witchcraft and shit like that. People see you as like an artist. They see you as the artsy type. Whether you're a straight up artist or not, you are someone who likes to color outside of the lines. You like to go against the grain. You could be against like social constructs and things of that nature. All right, you're someone who likes to be against the status quo. You don't believe in conforming to the status quo. There's some people who see you as just a straight up activist, pal, too. You could have like funky like tattoos or drawings on yourself, or you could be someone who wears like hoop earrings if you're like a masculine. And you have friends that are pretty normal. They dress like pretty like normal, like trendy. Like they'll dress like different as well and alternative as well, but only if it's a trend. You know what I mean? Like you have like a lot of like trendy friends who like to be acquainted to one aesthetic, whereas like you, on the other hand, like you are someone who's entirely like different. Like you're super flamboyant. Like you're someone who will wear colored hair. You will wear pink hair or purple hair, or you'll dye your tips purple. You'll wear like super bright eyeshadow. People do feel that when you dress differently and you express yourself in this way, you're insecure about it. So they're like, why do you do that if like you're insecure about it? You know, you might as well like just dress normal if you're gonna be like insecure or super self-conscious or like super like aware or whatever, right? There's people who do think that you suffer from like anxiety. Okay, you have people around you who think that you live like a very private life. There's a lot about like your life that you keep away from everyone else. Okay, there's people who just talking. These people have talked to you more on social media than they ever have in real life. Okay, you have like a lot of internet friends I'm getting as well. People who do like love and appreciate you, but like they just would not take it any further than the internet. Okay, you have friends who think that you're very skinny or you're losing a lot of weight. You have friends who see you as very like flat chested. You have friends who think that you're very like your chest is very small. You have small boobs. Either that or you're just very skinny, you have a very small frame. People do wonder if you have, trigger warning, but people do wonder if you suffer from like some sort of like eating disorder. All right, there's people who think that your face is bigger than like your actual body. You have like a chubby face, but like your body is actually very slim. All right, people like your nose, they like your lips, they like the predominance that it has on your face. They feel like these strong features really fit you and that you make them look really beautiful. Okay, you have really opened people's minds when it comes to different facial features, because initially they thought that it was like only one image of beauty, and then like when they met you or they seen you, they realized like, like no, Pal2 is actually very beautiful. You know, you have like a very beautiful, unique face card, and like originally these people didn't think that it was like a beautiful face until like they basically seen these features on you, if that makes sense. All right. There are people who could feel like you show a lot of skin, or you're always shirtless, especially if you're a male. Someone can have naturally light brown hair. There's people around you who like that. Okay. You have a lot of old friends from like school or like high school and shit who feel like they've seen you mature and grow a lot over the years. They've seen you go through a lot of different cycles with, you know, just in age. They've seen you be 16 and now they're seeing you be 26 or some shit. You know, like these are people that you've known for a really long time. And they've seen like particularly your style change a lot. Like before you could have dressed a certain way and now you dress like different. All right, there's people who feel like they've seen you in a lot of different stages of your life, and you like to switch it up. You know, you're definitely not the person that you were when they originally made an acquaintance with you. You've gone through a lot of changes. Not only that, but your lifestyle has changed a lot as well, and they feel like they've like had like the front row seat to this through online. Okay, they've seen you change a lot over the years. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Pal2, as far as basically, you know, blunt confessions from those around you. Thank you so much for coming this far with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hi, Pal3. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. All right, and we want to know, what are some blunt confessions from those around Pal3? Yeah, you got some people definitely holding back. All right, there's people around you who want to know more about you and your relationship. All right, you could be someone like you're very passionate and loving with your partner, but you don't show that side of yourself. You very much keep that side of yourself under wraps. All right, it's like you're all mushy and feminine with your partner, but like to everyone else gets like that gangsta shit from Pal3. All right, like you're very stone cold, like you're literally only mushy gushy with your partner, and then like no one else, right? So there are people who do feel like you give them the cold shoulder. You only are like loving and caring to your significant other. You have a lot of people who are curious as to how like you have people who like straight up imagined you and your partner in bed together. All right, or if you're single, then you have people who just imagine you and them together in bed, or just how are you when you have sex. Okay, people do imagine that about you, and people imagine and wonder, and they're curious about this about you because you could have like a resting bitch face, right? Like you could definitely have a lot of sex appeal, but you're not very sexual, if that makes sense, right? So you have people who wonder like, I wonder how they get down in bed. You know, you have like a lot of people, you spark a lot of people's curiosity about how you are in the bedroom, about how you are when you're having sex. And this is because like your face can be very like plain face, like you don't really make certain expressions, like, you know what I mean? Like, so they wonder how you look, how you act, you know, how would you look naked, how would your face look when you fuck, you know? People do get like a little sexual or like that when it comes to you, especially when people are attracted to you. All right, people feel that you prefer peace. You're not like okay, so there are some people who do feel like you could be like a shit starter, and you start shit and then you don't finish it, because you prefer to just like live very peacefully. You prefer to be around people who are very loving towards you. You prefer to be kind and polite and peaceful in nature. Like, you don't really like drama, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't know how to like fight back if you need to. But for the most part, you do steer away from like drama and shit like that, okay? You do leave people very curious as to what sort of romantic partner you are. Like, why is your partner with you, low-key? Like, how does your partner perceive you? Why do they love you? Kind of, you know? Like, you have people wondering, how are you able to maintain this relationship for so long, okay? I definitely feel like, Pile 3, you have a very successful relationship with someone. You could be, like, married to someone. A lot of people really do wonder, like, the ins and outs of this relationship. Like, they really do, or like they try to get as much information from you as possible when it comes to like how you are with your partner. They wonder if like you hold out with them, like how sexual are you with your partner? All right. Some people wonder like how big your butt is. There's people who want you to really like show your butt a lot more than you do. Okay, there's people who feel that your butt is very proportionate to your body. There is people who feel like you have like a very nice butt. There's people who feel that you have a nice body because you have a nice butt. All right, there's people who just feel like your shape is really pretty. You know, like regardless of whatever size you are, there's something like an emphasis about your ass. Like, people think that you have a really nice ass. Okay, and they wish that like you took more pictures of it or you showed it more and things like that. Okay, Pile 3, there are people who think that you're just overall like a pretty nice person, that you're very gentle, you're very kind, that you're soft. Okay, like there's people who think that although you might talk a lot of shit or you might come off as very intimidating, you're actually like one of the nicest people they've ever met. Like, you could have, like I said, like resting bitch face, and you come off as very unapproachable, but it's like as soon as they get past like that barrier with you, they realize like, oh, like, wow, Pile 3 is actually the nicest person I know. You know, there's a lot of people who actually like got to know you that do realize that you are a very nice person. Okay, there's people who do feel like you are very stable financially, that you take care of yourself and your finances. There's people who feel like you sit on a lot more money than you like to let on. You're not someone who's super flashy about your money. You are someone who plays like their cards right. When it comes to finances, like, you're very smart about it. Like, you save a lot of money. You live below your means. Okay, there's people who feel that you are very secretive when it comes to like where you live, what's in your bank account. Like I said, you're not super flashy. Like, you're not like, you could wear like fucking Goodwill clothes, right? Or like your aesthetic could be very plain. And you spend money on like bigger things like the car, the house, like you know, real estate, or you know, like other shit. Like, you don't really like to spend thousands of dollars on clothes or money or hair, or not money, but you know, you're not the sort of person to spend like hella money like on wigs or extensions, or I don't know, like you're not the sort of person to go get your hair done or something. But you're the sort of person, like, if they were to come over your house, they would know like, huh, like you live a very nice life. But you just keep that very much under wraps. Okay, there are people who feel that you're very mature. You're very young looking and beautiful. Okay, people think that you have a very nice chest area, no matter the size. There's people who think that your skin tone is very vibrant and beautiful. Your skin glows, okay? There's people who think that no matter your age, that you take very good care of yourself. You have a very nice skincare routine. You believe in like your skin looking very nice, okay? Something about your skin being extremely vibrant and soft to touch. People think that you have very nice, delicate, soft skin, and they love that about you. Okay, you're someone who keeps a lot of your best assets under wrap. You're not out there, like, even like, say like you are someone you like to show like a little skin. You don't like really put yourself out there like that. Okay, people do not know what you're doing every day of the week. All right, pile 3, like, you are someone, or you're extremely private. Okay, but you're someone, like, you could literally post every day. Like, you could post like literally a fucking selfie every single day, and you're always well put together. You always like come off as someone who's very smart, very wise, but very fucking beautiful, right? Like, you could have like a very big like academic career. You could be heavily educated in like academia. You could have like your degree, but you don't like flaunt it. Like, you don't express that a lot. Like, people could just tell because you're super articulate, or you have a very wide vocabulary. Your hair is always fucking nice as fuck. Like, you're always looking nice as hell, well put together. Your makeup is always on point and things like that. Like, you could have literally been someone who's like a fucking model, because you have the body, you have the hair type, you have the fucking skin tone for it all. You have it all, but you decided to be educated instead, right? So there's people who really do think that you're fucking banging. Like, you could have been a fucking IG model or some shit, but instead of that, you decided to like use your brain, right? Like, I'm not saying IG models aren't smart, but you decided to like just be smart. I don't know. Okay, so what are some confessions for pile 3? Thank you so much for this opportunity. Ask for clear, honest, precise messages. All right, yeah, so there are people who do feel that you're very smart, but it's not something that, it was not their first impression of you at all. Their first impression of you was something that was much more, people assume that you were naive or young, but really like you do not look your age at all. Okay, you can have like the sort of face that you look much more youthful than you actually are. Okay, people do feel that your face is gorgeous, and yeah, there's just a big emphasis on you being a lot more smarter than you let on. You like to play dumb. You like when people assume that you're not as wise or well off as you actually are. You like to like trick people in that way. You're like a trickster. All right, so that's what I got for you, pile 3. We're gonna head over to Patreon. Thank you so much for coming this far to me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.